what triggered it, or if it was because I increased the dosage of my medication. But I'm like bad again. It's almost worse this time since I like almost can't breathe. I don't really know how to manage it. Because like for 2 or 3 weeks now I haven't had like any thoughts. Then now they're like back full force along with the dissociation, and now I also can't breathe. Like, okay, that's fun. Like, yeah. And then my dad came to visit. Which is bad for a multitude of reasons. But, like, he just thought I was acting weird because, like, I increased the dosage of my medication, and he was like, oh, you should be better in a few days, like, he's some kind of expert or something. And then was like, yeah, that's why you're acting all weird now. And I'm like, okay. Like, he's just, I don't know. Yeah, but it started before I increased the dosage of my medication, because I only just today increased the dosage of my medication. So, like, I was taking 75 milligrams, and then now I'm taking 100 of Zoloft. And then, like, today was the first day of increasing the dosage. So I thought maybe that's why I'm feeling, like, worse. But even before, when I first started Zoloft, like, the thoughts were still there, but, like, they weren't worse, though. The only things that were worse were, like, the physical aspects. Like, I had headaches, and I had nausea, and I had, like, loss of appetite, and, like, some sleep problems. But, like, that went away within, like, a week. Like, and I didn't have an increase of, like, my depression or, like, dissociation or anything, and I didn't have any breathing problems, and now I am. This is weird. Although, of course, the breathing problems could be from the smoke, so I don't really know if that's, like, a thing. Because, like, California right now, like, there's a bunch of fires, so there's, like, a bunch of smoke everywhere. It's, like, kind of hard to breathe. Hold on, I'm hot. Hold on. But the only thing that I can think of that might have triggered it, is I had my therapy session today, which, was really good, for the most part, but then, we ended up talking about my dad, and, like, how mad I was about the revelation, and then it was like, I don't know, like, I mean, I talked to you guys about how pissed off I was, like, I internalized it, like, I complained about it to my mom, like, I complained about it to my uncle, and I even complained about it to my best friends, but I had never, like, I hadn't talked to my therapist about it yet, but I think, like, when I finally talked to my therapist, like, I kind of, like, let go of the anger, and, like, all that was left was, like, the pain. Because with my mom, like, I could kind of, like, forgive her, like, abuse and neglect because, like, it wasn't her, and I know that, like, she actually genuinely cares. And then with my half-brother, like, it was, and, like, all the other people that have hurt me, like, in the past, like, bullies or, like, bystanders or, like, just my half brother, like, just all of them, like, I didn't care about them. Like, I didn't have any, like, connection with them. Like, my half brother, kind of, because, like, as a brother, like, you're supposed to, like, be able to trust them, like, just because they're your brother. But I already told you guys, like, from the beginning when I first met him, like, as a kid, like, I just immediately didn't like him. Like, so, like, you're expected to trust your family, but you don't always trust your family. So, like, so yeah, like, all of those people, like, I didn't trust and I didn't like, and, like, I just kind of, like, put up with their abuse, but, like, that didn't mean that, like, it really hurt me. Like, well, I mean, I guess it kind of did, but, like, it's a completely different kind of pain when it's somebody that, like, you're close to, and, like, when it's somebody who's, like, as important to you as, like, your own dad. And, like, because, like, my dad, like, for the longest time, like, I saw him in, like, a completely different light, and, like, a disillusioned light, and, like, just didn't see anything real about him. And then when I started realizing it, I was still kind of in denial and, like, just kept, like, avoiding it. And then that day in the Chinese restaurant, when he told me that, like, he knew, he was just one more person who knew about my mom and did nothing, like, that's what set me off and made me furious, because I was, like, mad at him for not helping my mom, and in turn not helping me. But then I feel like once I talked about all of the anger, like, to everybody that I trust, like, it, like, left nothing to focus on but the pain. And then, like, I couldn't handle that, and then I dissociated, and I've been dissociating since 3 p.m. to, like, now. And, like, I don't really know how to snap out of it. So we're just gonna keep doing it. You know, like, I'm just gonna roll the wave as it comes. Like, I don't, like, you can't really, like, just click a switch and be like, yep, I'm done dissociating. Like, that's not how it works. Yeah, to be honest, like, I'm kind of surprised that I'm even, like, talking or, like, responsive, because I kind of already tried to do this video, like, 2 hours ago, but, like, the whole video I just kept, like, spacing out and, like, staring off into the distance and, like, not realizing it, and then I'd come back and it was, like, 10 minutes later and I'd be like, oh fuck. So I decided to redo the video, but I'm actually surprised that I'm even, like, able to talk, because, like, in the last video, like, I wasn't able to literally talk that much, and I kept forgetting what I was gonna say, like, mid-sentence. So yeah, this is bad. I'm at least slightly better now, but I don't really know how long that's gonna last. Like, is it gonna last for, like, 10 minutes and then I'm gonna go back to before, or, like, what? I don't really know what's happening. Like, I feel like to get rid of it, I have to, like, confront the pain, but, like, I really don't want to. Like, I really, really don't want to. But, like, I can't continue dissociating, because, like, that's not a life to live, you know? Like, I'm not gonna, like, it's not gonna be good if I continue dissociating, because, like, I've had long-term dissociation episodes before, and they're not good. Because, like, you lose, like, literally days, like, even weeks, like, from your memory. Like, you did so I don't want to, like, do that, but, like, I'm also like, I don't know what's gonna happen, you know? Like, I'm scared, because, like, with my mom, it was kind of easier, because, like, there was an explanation, with my dad, there's not an explanation. It's just he's not sick. Like, he's like a normal person. Like, he has no excuse for doing the things that he did, but he still did them. And like, it's like really just difficult for me to wrap my head around the fact, because like, every single person that has ever hurt me in my life, like, I've been able to forgive them because I've come up with like an excuse, and I kind of am able to relate or understand for why they did it, and then let it go. But with my dad, it's kind of like, what, like, why? Like, I don't understand. And like, to confront the pain without an understanding of why that pain was even given to me is like terrifying. Like, I don't want to do that. Like, I really, like, and I feel like a lot of people have told me that like I'm brave or like I'm strong because I went through a lot. Okay, fine, sure, if that's what you want to think, but it's had its consequences. And like, also, like, a lot of me forgiving people is because like I've made excuses for them and just couldn't handle like holding on to the like damn it, um you know, it'd be like easier if I was like having a meltdown and like sobbing, or like if I was like sleeping, but like instead there's like nothing, like literally nothing. I can't feel any, and it's like so creepy and like creepy and trippy and like I hate dissociating. It sucks, man. Like, my whole body feels like heavy and like weightless at the same time, and like at the same time, like, I can't comprehend anything. Like, there's no like emotional connection to anything. Like, there's like I can feel things physically, but like it doesn't, like, I don't know, it kind of feels like I'm like feeling it through third skin or something, or like feeling it through a wall. Like, it's not the same. Everything like feels like foggy and like too clear at the same time, and like I can't form like coherent like thought processes, I guess. I don't know, because like I don't know. Fuck, dude, I also can't breathe. It's not that I can't breathe, like, that's kind of an exaggeration, because if I couldn't breathe, I would like literally be dead. But like, it's really difficult for me to like breathe. Like, it's like there's like this heavy weight on my chest, and like it hurts. Well, it doesn't hurt, it just like feels really uncomfortable and like suffocating, which does not help, you know? And I probably would be panicking about it, or like my anxiety would be kicking in if I wasn't dissociating and like not feeling anything. So, you know, like, that's great. yeah, but my dad just, like, came over and was, like, acting all his typical self, and, like, I literally got to the point where, like, I couldn't listen to him talk, because it was, like, too much for me to handle, and, like, I had to, like, leave the room that he was in and, like, cover my ears, because, like, I just couldn't listen to him talk, because, like, all I could think about was, like, every moment that we've had together, like, he's never, like, loved me, and, like, he's, like, still doesn't love me, and, like, he's just, like, using me, and he's, like, using every single person in his life, and, like, I, like, literally, like, could not, like, handle being in the same room with him, and, like, keeping up the little, like, pretending game anymore. Like, I was just, like, I was done. Like, before, with the anger, I was kind of able to get away with it, because he was kind of like, whatever, my daughter's in a bitchy mood, I'll get over it, or she'll get over it, but, like, now I'm, like, in, like, defensive, like, dissociation mode, and, like, not processing or feeling anything, and, like, he doesn't know how to respond to that, because he doesn't understand that, so, like, he's kind of just, like, making excuses, and, like, ignoring me, and, like, because, like, if I'm not responsive, I'm not useful, because I'm not creating feedback. I'm not, like, a toy for him to play with anymore. Like, I'm just an unresponsive doll, so, like, what purpose do I have for him to interact with or care about? None. So he's just gonna ignore me. But then, when I left the room, because I couldn't handle being around him or listening to his voice, like, he got all upset and was like, Angela, why are you ignoring me? And I was just kind of like, I just kind of walked back in and just sat back down, but, like, I literally, like, started covering my ears, like, almost, like, unconsciously, because, like, I literally could not listen to his voice. Like, I can't, like, I couldn't do it, you know? Like, I was just, like, it's so bad. And then when he left, he was like, bye, and I was like, bye, like, whatever, and then, like, came back to my room, and, like, haven't done anything since. Like, I almost don't want to go to school tomorrow if, like, I'm in the same, because sometimes when I wake up after dissociation, like, I don't have it anymore, but sometimes I, like, wake up and I'm still dissociating, and, like, it's, like, like, I can't shut it off. Like, it's just, like, it's gonna be there until, like, naturally just goes away, and I'm just kind of like, fuck, man, like, this sucks, like, like, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I feel like I should be, like, frustrated, or, like, angry, or, like, at least sad, but, like, I can't feel anything. But then there's, like, this pain that I feel, like, over my shoulder, like, looming, and, like, I should, like, turn and face it, but, like, I'm too scared too, so, like, I'm just gonna keep staying numb, but, like, it's not a good thing, you know, to do this, but, like, I can't, like, you know, like, I don't know, and then there's even, like, there's, like, I don't know, like, I always have this, like, little voice in my head who is, like, well, not little voice, because, like, it's not, like, a little voice, like, inside my head just being, like, hi, my name is blah, 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 like, no, it's not like that, but, like, it's kind of, like, my dark consciousness, kind of being, like, I don't know, like, I feel like it always tells me, like, lies, and, like, things that, like, bullies, or, like, my fears will, like, tell me, but, like, I know that they're not real, or they're irrational, but, like, it's just, like, how my fear expresses itself, and, so, like, like, while I'm dissociating, like, I just, like, can't help but feel like, like, the voices are just kind of like, hi, like, you are exaggerating. Like, you have everything that you could possibly need. Like, what more could you want? Like, you literally have everything. Like, you live in a home. Like, you have a pet turtle. Like, you have clothes on your back and you have food in your belly. Like, what more could you want? Like, you go to school. Like, you could be living in danger. Like, what's wrong with you? Like, why are you being ungrateful? Like, what? Like, you have 2 living parents. Like, you have an uncle who's supporting you. Like, what more could you want? Like, why are you, like, complaining? And, like, why are you using this so-called depression and, like, anxiety and, like, dissociation as an excuse? Like, why are you using, like, these things as, like, an excuse to, like, feel bad about yourself? Like, you're literally worthless. Like, why are you even, like, trying to make excuses for your pathetic behavior? Like, why are you so horrible? Like, just and then, like, some of it's kind of like you're faking your dissociation and you're just kind of like being really lazy, and then, like, pretending it's dissociation and it's not actually, like, a real problem, and you basically just, like, picked it up from somebody who actually has a legitimate problem and, like, pegged it on yourself because, like, you want an excuse for your laziness. And same with your depression and anxiety. Like, you want to escape your problems, so you're using depression and anxiety as an excuse, which is, like, completely, like, irrational. But, like, it's what I, like, it's what my fear, like, tells me. And, like, it just, like, it's like, it's almost like what I think people are gonna say, or, like, what I know my dad thinks, because, like, he has told me multiple times that, like, he doesn't think I have anxiety. Like, depression makes sense because of what I've gone through, but the anxiety thing, like, he doesn't think I have it because I don't act like I have anxiety. And then my dissociation, he can't even comprehend because he just thinks, like, I'm acting weird or I'm being tired. That's, like, it. He doesn't, like, he can't comprehend anything further than his own needs, you know? And I feel like once he, like, fully discovers, like, what a faulty tool I am to him, like, it's, like, even hard to, like, wrap around the fact that, like, this person that I've, like, loved for so long, like, my entire life, who I've, like, respected and idolized as a child, is, like, this monster. Like, I mean, I hate the word monster, but, like, he's just so, like, apathetic and, like, selfish, and, like, everything that he's ever done I can pinpoint, even, like, if it's so called, like, a selfless act. Like, I can pinpoint it to him, like, doing it because he wanted the satisfaction of somebody's gratification. Or, like, just, it's so fucked up. Like, I don't even, like, I don't even understand. Like, what, like, I don't understand how someone can be that selfish and still sane, and, like, still sane, that selfish. Because, like, to me, he's worse than my mom, because my mom's sick, you know? And she never intentionally hurt anyone. Like, she used drugs and alcohol as her escape, and sometimes when she did, like, she would incidentally hurt people. But, like, it wasn't her intention to hurt people, it was just her intention to escape her own problems. And same with her mental health. Like, her body was literally, like, fighting against her, or I don't know. Like, it was, like, literally a lot of the things that she did to me, like, were out of her control. But with my dad, like, he's fully in control, and he's not going to, like, drugs or alcohol to use. He's, like, using people. Like, he literally sees people as, like, tools, and just, like, uses them, and then, like, either puts them away or like completely like throws them out of his life because like they don't serve a purpose anymore, or they don't serve a purpose for that period of time. Because he's like done that to me countless of times. Like he'll completely ignore me for like a long time, and then he'll come back and be like, hi, just like out of the blue, like, hey, like, you want to do this? And I'm kind of like, as a kid, I was just kind of like, yeah, like, oh my god, like, he's paying attention to me, like, love him so much, like, totally gonna do this for you. And like, he would just kind of like use me to do stuff for him, and then time would go by and he wouldn't like talk to me ever. And then randomly, hey, you want to do this? Like, just is so fucked up. Like, I don't even understand how, like, my whole childhood, like, I idolized him. Like, I don't even understand how that fucking came to be, because, like, I mean, sure, my childhood was fucked up, but it wasn't, like, I can't believe, like, it was so fucked up that I saw someone like him as a hero, when, like, he's literally the opposite. Like, he is a villain. Like, he's possibly the biggest villain in my life. Like, I can't believe that I loved him so strongly and, like, respected him so much when he, like, didn't deserve any of it. Like, he didn't deserve any of it. Like, at all. He still doesn't. And, like, he still treats me and everybody else like nothing. Like, they're beneath him. Like, just, I don't understand. And, like, I'm, like, scared of, like, because I know at some point, probably some point soon, because I can't handle him anymore, I'm gonna have to, like, create some barriers, or, like, some separation, or, like, talk to him. But I know he's not gonna be able to comprehend anything that I'm going to tell him, and, like, he's probably just gonna get angry and, like, hate me, and, like, I don't know what he's gonna do when he hates me, which is the scary part, which is why I wanted to wait until I graduated to talk to him, because, like, I knew that he wouldn't accept it, but I thought that, like, at some point he might forgive me, or, like, understand the situation and get, like, personal therapy or whatever. But, like, after my revelation, like, it was so shocking and, like, so angering, because, like, I realized he's never going to change. Like, he's never going to go to get therapy. He's never going to help himself. No matter how many decades or years we give him, like, he's never going to change. Like, ever. Like, that's just who he is. He's going to be a selfish, like, person who, like, uses everyone around him and everything around him to his own needs and services until the day he dies. And, like, that's the sad part, because, like, I let him use me for so long, and, like, I did it happily, because I didn't realize, like, I don't, but then there's a part of me that's, like, the irrational fears are, like, speaking up again, and kind of being, like, the ones that are keep telling me that my dissociation and depression and anxiety and PTSD and all that shit is unreal, and they're kind of like, what makes you think that your dad's actually like this? What if, like, it's all in your head, and, like, you're just thinking he's this way, and what if he's still the same, like, actual real good father, and, like, you're just thinking this because you're trying to make a new problem for yourself, to make another excuse for yourself, so that you can continue acting lazy and stop, like, not do anything. Or, like, continue making excuses for yourself to, like, gain pity from other people, which I actually genuinely hate pity. But, like, my fears, like, prey on, like, my irrational, like, anxieties and, like, fears, and, like, it's just, like, dude, it's, it's, like, so bad. I don't know how to, I don't know, but yeah, and I really hope I can make it to school tomorrow. Like, I honestly don't know. Because I went to school today after therapy, because, like, I felt bad, because, like, I honestly didn't want to go to school, but, like, I felt like if I went home, like, I would just be doing what I am doing now, and I felt like maybe school would help distract me and, like, keep me busy, and maybe I could, like, snap out of it by the time I went home, but I didn't snap out of it, and, like, still dissociating, and didn't really get much out of class. I'm just being honest. That's why I was too far, like, gone. Like, I just wasn't processing anything. So, yeah. It's bad. It's bad. It's bad. It's bad. Okay. I really want to sleep. But, like, I'm also not tired. But anyways, I'm gonna go. Hopefully I'm better by tomorrow. If not, then someone please fucking kill me. Anyways, goodbye.